that he didn't act earlier and tell your aunt and her children to shut their mouths. Update. Hello everyone. Just wish to keep everyone updated and add more information. Firstly, I am from China, but currently live abroad. I know arranged marriages aren't as common, but in my social circle, it is common since the wealthy shouldn't marry commoners. All that outdated bull, you can clearly see why I left that life behind me. Second, I am a girl, while my two cousins are twin boys. That was also another reason I left China. Even with money, people are still jerks. I am much happier where I currently am. And finally, my mother and father did defend me as a child. However, after one dinner, my mom was sick of my aunt and cousins heckling me and outed the fact my aunt had an abortion before her marriage. Apparently, her husband didn't know this, and it caused tension in their marriage for a few years. During that time, we were not invited to anything, and my school even temporarily expelled me because my grandmother paid them out. So, after that, we took on a grin and bear it attitude. Now, onto what's happening. My cousins have now started spouting that they are going to contest the will. Since my aunt didn't consent to a DNA test, documentation had been found alongside my grandfather's will. I talked to the man who handled my grandfather's will, and he said that he doesn't think they have a case since they still got my grandmother's assets, a strategic move on my grandfather's part since it was still a sizable amount, just not as much as his wealth. He still advised me to move my inheritance to an overseas account. He highly recommends an account in my current nation of residence, which I wanted to hold off on since the current political climate is not good and the exchange rate will lessen the value of my money. I'm sure you can guess where I live now, lol. However, I am willing to do it upon getting more legal advice. My cousins also said they are going to sue me for defamation, which I personally don't think they have a case with since all I did was tell the truth, and emotional damages, which they have more of a case for since in China, only extreme cases are eligible for that charge. At this point, I want to wash my slate clean, but my cousins are going to keep dragging this out, and I honestly don't know what to do. While I am part-time, I don't want to have to use my garnered PTO to go back and face this. At this point, I'm very stressed out. My mom has told me that my cousins aren't actually going to do anything, that she heard from my aunt they're just mad, and to give it a few weeks. But, I can barely handle the stress after a few days. She wants me to wait possible weeks? Like, what? I hope this drama ends soon.